Hi there. I am going to talk about today the breast implant illness. Um, Over the past couple of years, I would say 3 to 5 years, I had been feeling some symptoms, and I decided to get my implants removed. They were actually removed yesterday, and I do feel better with the breathing aspect. I do have drains. The left breast is not draining as well as the right breast. The right breast is pretty much drained, but the left one still has a bit of fluid. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. It should be flowing pretty good today. I think I may have had some kind of clot in there, but I just kind of was able to push the fluid out a little bit just with my hands, and the drain. Let me see if I can show you how the drains look. So the tube here that you can see coming from the drain, I kind of pinched it sort of like in the middle, and then just kind of gradually spread um, the blood and liquid, other types of liquid, and it seemed to work pretty good. So now I'm back at probably every hour 20 milliliters of fluid. They do ask me to measure it, so when I go in for my my post-op, they can see how much fluid I had left there. Another thing is, let's see, breathing. I know it's going to take some time for all of this healing to happen, probably a year, I would say, before I start feeling normal, and what they call it is a fluff fairy. So hopefully I fluff up a little bit more and I'm not so flat and the breasts still look pretty good. We'll see. I get my bandages and the drains pulled out tomorrow if need be. Like I said, the left breast still has quite a bit of fluid, so they may decide to leave the one drain in the left side and just take out the right side, because the right side is doing pretty good. As far as, like the symptoms, I did have a lot of symptoms just like the other women that I have found online with the same types of condition. So, the brain fog, achy muscles, and I suppose it's from the implants, only because when we did receive them, the implants, we were so happy to get them and we looked so great. But I think as time goes on, we don't really realize that those symptoms are related, and none of the doctors can really say, oh yeah, it's related to breast implant illness. You may have, some stuff going on with that. I did speak to a few doctors, and they did say, yes, some women are sensitive to it. So this is why I'm making this video. So if there are other women out there that may be suffering from these same symptoms, that would be great. I think that's great information for you to have, so you can make a really good decision about if you want to explant or if you want to keep them in. Some women don't believe in it, so you just kind of need to make your own choices and do what's right for you. I'm not here to give you any medical advice. However, I'm just here to deliver my own experience with this. My doctor was very well educated. He did speak about breast implant illness and did say some women do have an issue with this. So I think the best thing for me to do at that time upon talking to him was just get them removed and see if some of these things go away. Otherwise, it's probably something else. It could be an autoimmune disease that had come during the duration of the implants being in. Mine were smooth implants placed under the muscle, and they are going to do the CB 30 test or CD30 test, I can't remember. But one of those tests, it tests for the cancer that's associated with the illness. And it's not like a cancer that spreads throughout the body, but it's within the capsule that contains your implant. Once your body receives the implants, it decides that it's a foreign object, so it automatically forms a capsule. So what they say is that the capsule is the one that may have this this type of cancer in it. So it's important to remove, they call it capsulectomy or en bloc, where they make sure they remove the implant and the scar tissue, which is the capsule around the implant, all in one swoop. So what I had done was exactly that, and I'll show you a couple photos. They are kind of graphic, but you know, it's a surgery and it's here to help you and educate you. 1 second. Okay, so here is my capsule. You can see that it has, you know, some holes in it, and I believe he did the best that he could because my capsules were so thin. And then this is how he went in to remove them. I'm really petite, and now I see up closely that how large my implants were. So he's already taken this one out, and he's just kind of showing a picture of the differences. So I was carrying all this weight on, you know, my back, and it was causing me some issues, pain, and one good thing is, let's say this is my right, there's no mold. There isn't really anything seeming to be wrong with the inside of the implants. Some women come out with the implants being, I don't know, they say iodine, which I don't know why they would put iodine in the implants. I still haven't researched that further, but I have seen that. I've seen ones with mold as well. So, but mine are clear. I'm thankful for that. And I'm still going to have that test done. I know it's not covered by insurance. However, I would just like to know what's in my body. So here's another capsule that was removed. And then there's some kind of light in here just showing, I'm not sure if that's my left, the one that had trouble, or wait, maybe, oh, it doesn't say there. Okay. The implant kind of moved up towards my armpit, or when it was put in initially, it may have just gotten into my armpit area, and it was really causing some pain with my lymph nodes on the left-hand side. So I did explain that to him, and he did understand my concern. This is the left breast implant, and I do have these in possession. They're in a container, but if you can see, there's like a dot there. I'm sure it's, you know, maybe from when the implant was put in. Could be dry blood. It does have a valve. These are McGann smooth implants. So the smooth, from what I've been reading, does not, is not as susceptible to the cancer associated, the AC, anaplastic, oh, I can't remember, and I don't have my paper, but if you do look it up online, you will find information about that, that type of cancer. And it is treatable by making sure they remove all of the capsule from your breast. So that's really important. I, at this point, just want everything foreign out of my body. So that's the reason why I am recording this for you. So I can pass on some of this information for any women that may be deciding to get implants. And again, you know, it's your decision. I decided a long time ago that I was going to get implants because, you know, I felt like a boy. And I'll just kind of show you my, just my bandage real quick. And you already saw the drains, but I'll get the bandage removed tomorrow. But this is what they look like. And as you can tell, this breast is a lot larger than this one because this is the one that drained, and this is the one that is still filled. Of course, I wish that the drain was all over and I did have this size, but I don't. I wasn't blessed with that. But I'm on a journey now to discover myself and learning to love myself the way that I am and the way nature intended. One more thing I will add, which I hadn't posted, is that September 11th, I got my uterus removed because there were cysts growing there that were really causing me problems. So I had that removed, and hopefully the pain from that will go away. I'm 2 months post-op from the hysterectomy, and I feel pretty good, but you know, I had a full abdominal, so they didn't do the laparoscopic surgery. They just cut me where my C-sections were and took out the uterus, which scar tissue had stuck to my abdomen wall, and there was some scraping and a lot of bruising. And that's another thing, that if you're having pain, just try to figure out or localize what's causing you the pain. Even though the uterus is out, my doctor did say that it may not cure the pain, which I'm okay with, because I know that that's out and I'm not going to have any more cysts forming, or I'm sorry, fibroids forming on my uterus. Now the only concern is, since I do have my ovaries, they can get cysts just normally. So I feel like that, if anything, would be causing me the pain, because still, even though you don't have your uterus or your tubes, your ovaries are still going to produce the egg and release it. And depending on the side of the releasing of the egg, whether it be left side or right side, whichever one the egg was released from is going to be enlarged, just because it just formed an egg and released an egg. It just gets absorbed by the system, so it's nothing really to be concerned about. But some people do have very, very painful cysts on their ovaries. So the hysterectomy done with, I feel okay. I'll compare the two. The hysterectomy was a really, really hard surgery to recover from. Like I said, I'm a little over 8 weeks out, so 2 months of just kind of like an aching pain. When I still press on it, I do feel a little achy. So, which is to be expected because you were cut open. What else can I tell you about? I woke up from anesthesia perfectly. I was in no pain, but you know, as that wears off from the hospital, you do start getting some pain. My pain is not bad. I would say it is like, I don't know, a 1 or a 2 right now. So it's not intensifying. Also, I decided not to take antibiotics. If I do get a fever and I'm feeling some pain, I definitely will be taking the antibiotics. So I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just kind of waiting to see how I feel, because I would rather not take them, just because, you know, it's going to wipe out all my good bacteria and the bad bacteria. And I need those, because like a lot of women said, the whole IBS syndrome, and just intestinal issues that could be related to the breast implant illness. We don't know. I'm just going to be part of this testing. I'm going to do as much testing as I can to see if my symptoms go away, if things get better. I hope my brain does the work that I feel like it's capable of. I feel the brain fog and the memory is really important to me, and it's probably important to a lot of you women. But I just wanted to share this story, and I'm going on almost 16 minutes now, so I'm going to stop, and then I'll post more videos. And again, if you've been watching from the beginning, this is my vegan adventure. Thank you for watching.